just providing for your family, making sure that you're comfortable and your kids are comfortable and you have a comfortable life.
Well, the American dream is, in some ways, I guess you could look at it as the pursuit of happiness. To go ahead and define yourself as somebody that is successful in life. The American dream is to make sure that your family has what they need to survive, and also just to make sure that you need to be who you are in life to be successful and to be happy at it.
I think the American dream would be, for me, the right to vote on everything that comes up for a vote, instead of just letting certain people in the Senate or Congress make the decisions for me. I'd like to be able to vote on everything. That would be the way that I could take care of my family, make sure that we had health care that we needed, make sure that my neighbors had things that they need, and that we were all safe. I guess I would just need more control. That would be an American dream for me.
The American dream is, well, it used to be viewed as a way of life more than anything, not just a concept, because it was for people that didn't live here at the time. It was something different, something new, a chance to be anything that you wanted to be, because people were coming from a stricter lifestyle, and the American dream is viewed as freedom. And so it's kind of like an equality thing. It gave everyone equal rights, equal opportunity, things like that.
Getting to a point to where you are self-sufficient and being able to do what you want to do within reason.
I think it's very much alive.
I think there's instances where it's dead. I think that our society in America has become lazier than what we used to be. And so in being successful has kind of diminished a little bit, if you will. Is it dead all the way? No, because you got 95% of the people that are working out there most of the time work because they want to work. They want to make sure that their family is okay. They want to make sure that there's a roof over their family's head and food on the table. It's not dead all the way, I wouldn't say, but I think that we are becoming lackadaisical in the way we live our lives.
That's a good question. Right now, there's so much political upheaval going on till a lot of people think the American dream is dead. As long as people are still talking all the issues and arguing all the issues and willing to make a stand at some point, know what their point is, and they're willing to make a stand, the American dream is still alive.
I believe that the concept is still there. I believe it's something that we turn to in a time when equality is being challenged. I don't think that it's something that we continue to live by. It's like the American dream, we are born into this American society. I think the American dream was more of a view from an outside perspective, but being in the actual American dream, you don't see it as a dream. You see it as a lifestyle, and I mean, you can see that people are still trying to change it today. So I don't think that it's still as equal as it used to be viewed.
The American dream is always alive. The opportunity is there to go out and seek what you'd like to.
I'd say it's reality.
I think that's all on what your perspective is, truly. I think that if you make it what you want to, then it's absolutely achievable. But it all is in your definition of what the American dream is. I think if you want to be successful in life and if you abide by what you want it to be, then I think it's successful. If you go by just living paycheck to paycheck because you don't care as much as you should, I think that it's not achievable. Is it reality? Is it a dream? Yeah, it's a dream, but it becomes reality if you give it your all.
Oh, I think it's a reality. I think the way that they're trying to go about it now is kind of a fantasy. But the people that are making all the rules and making all the judgment calls are in a fantasy world anyway.
I think it gives us hope. Like, I think it might be like a fantasy, but at the same time, like, fantasy is completely like unrealistic. So it's kind of in between because it gives us hope. Like, I think that we'd be able to reach it, but at the same time, like, with all these different perspectives, and I mean, that is hard. I don't know that it would be obtainable because you're always going to have someone that's going to disagree. Like, I don't feel that we would all be able to be equal because people are so outspoken about the way that they feel, and you're going to have some kind of opposition at all times. So this whole equality, everyone gets equal rights, we strive for that, but then there's always the opposition. And like, we're in that right now with this whole gay marriage, straight marriage. Like, I mean, clearly you see it everywhere. Social media, there's people outside like protesting and stuff. I mean, it's something that we continue to strive for, but if there's opposition all the time, how do we know that we're going to be able to achieve it?
It is definitely a reality, but it's a long, hard struggle. You've got to work at it every day, and sometimes you may feel like you'll never get there, but you can't quit. You've got to keep on going, keep on trying, and one day you will.
No, I think it's very much different from what it is now. You know, used to the big thing was buying a house. Now it's how many houses can you own is the goal for most people.
The more stuff you own, the better the better it's supposed to look. It's about what it looks like, not what it is.
Again, I'm going to say that America's become lackadaisical. Not just America, but other countries too. But I think if you look at the perspective of as a grandparents' generation, I think that they lived their life by making sure that what they did every day, regardless if they went to college or not, they made the money that they need to get by, then some, to be able to enjoy their lives. They made sure that their retirement was good. I think nowadays it's changed in ways that, again, we're just living to get by. We're becoming lackadaisical in the way we live our lives. But it's not changed dramatically. I think that, again, there's still people that are trying to do what they have to do to live and live the right way.
I think that the American dream changes just as we grow older. What it means to us changes. When I was younger, the American dream was owning a house, owning a car, having a good job. Now I think the American dream is more of just survival, just trying to get along and keep your family safe and healthy. I think that's the way it's changed.
Well, I look back at my parents that grew out of small farms in Arkansas and achieved what they did in their lives. It's a little bit different nowadays with more people here, but you still got to struggle every day.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, our lives and our society has changed in so many different ways. You look at technology from now and then since then, and it's changed, and so has our lives and the American dream, if you will. Again, I think that we have the opportunity to do more things nowadays than we did used to way back when, our grandparents' generation, or even longer. But I think if we, again, set our lives at what we really want to do and succeed and how we need to do it, I think that is achievable.
I think it's an ongoing process. Like I said, it changes with each generation. It changes as we get older. So at some point, I think we do live our American dream. At some point, we might become jaded or not even in touch with what's really going on around us. I think it's just changed. Everybody's had a chance.
I do. Past generations, when, like people that were building America, if nothing was actually set in stone, then you can make it whatever you want. That's the thing, is we are at that point where so much has been set in stone, and now you're trying to change stone, and it's a lot harder to do. But when you're building a foundation, there's so many different ideas thrown around that you're going to be more open-minded when something's being built than when it's already built and you're trying to change it.
Yes. And we're on the backside of the greatest generation that served in World War II. that gave us these opportunities to do what we can do now. You know, it gets back down to freedom and what you can do. If you go back in history and look at some of the things that went on in Europe with the aristocracy and the royalty and stuff like that, the people were put in classes and they never got to achieve anything higher. But here in America, all you have to do is just really strive and work hard, and you can achieve the success you want.